Hey, my legion, how y'all doing today? Really shocking news today. I was watching the nightly news, and then they had news at the end about Norm Macdonald passing away. Apparently, he's had like a 9-year battle with cancer, which I didn't know about, and then he passed away today. And a lot of times, I don't do a lot of rest in peace videos anymore because I just a lot of times I don't have the time and stuff. But he was one of my favorite comedians of all time. But my favorite stand-up comedian, of course, being Richard Pryor. But I mean, Norm Macdonald was so funny. I remember he was on Star Search. Remember seeing Star Search? I used to watch Star Search in the '80s, and then, I mean, sometimes when I was in the army, but I mean, not as much. I don't know when the show ended, but I remember watching it, especially on Saturday, Sunday afternoons while I was in high school, right? And he was one of the comedians on there. I think that's when and he told, I mean, could you try to be real PG rated on the show, you know? And he was said a joke that was like pretty dark, but really, really funny. He was saying like, I remember one time I was smoking a cigarette, right? You see, and then my dad caught me, and then he made me smoke like 3 or 4 packs of cigarettes, so I got real sick. So I wouldn't have to smoke any. So I wouldn't smoke anymore. Well, a couple years later, my dad caught me smoking some marijuana, and he took me out back and he shot me up with heroin. Really, really kind of sick joke, but really funny. And then I saw him on, I guess he did a lot of screenwriting and stuff, but I didn't know about it. And he remembered he was on, Adam Sandler shows. He was on Saturday Night Live. He did Weekend Update, and he was one of my favorite people doing Weekend Update. He was so funny. And I remember there was a show called The Norm Show with him and Artie Lang, and Artie Lang is brilliant too. Artie Lang is really funny. I love that show. And I remember seeing I mean, I used to record it on ABC because I was used at work. And I remember there was a movie, he did a movie with him and Artie Lang called Dirty Work. That didn't do very well, but I remember when it came out, I remember telling my dad, let's go see it at Tinseltown the weekend day it comes out on Friday. And we laughed our butts off. And there wasn't very many people in the theater. There were some kids. And there was a couple parts my dad would roll in laughter, a few parts, and the kids say, hey, you hear that old man laughing? That was funny. That were in the audience. There weren't too many people in the audience though. But I loved it. I thought it was funny. And I remember reading Artie Lang's book. He wrote a book called Too Fat to Fish. And he was saying there's an R-rated version of that movie that's like a million times funny. I would love to see it. I'd never seen it before, but I mean, the Dirty Where I saw is PG-13, directed by Bob Saget. It was great. I saw Screwed on. He did a movie called Screwed. I saw that on cable, and that was all right. I mean, I should probably watch it again, but I mean, it wasn't nowhere near as good as Dirty Work. And then he did a serious role in. He had a small part in People versus Larry Flint in a serious role, and he was great in that too. And he was always on late night talk shows, great stuff with Conan O'Brien and stuff. And then he had his own talk show. I remember watching some episodes with my buddy John on Netflix where he interviewed like Drew Barrymore and stuff. He had like a podcast thing I remember watching. I remember his interview with on that what's that, Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian in the Cars Getting Coffee is so funny. And he had a show that not too many people remember on Fox, only lasted a season, called A Minute with Stan Hooper, which people could kind of compare to Newhart. Even though, I mean, it's tough to really, you can't really, it's tough to imitate a Newhart show. You know what I mean? Because he's one of a kind too, just like Norm Macdonald. I mean, I do his manners a little bit, but he was just so funny. But I was really surprised that here remembering Norm Macdonald, like, what the heck happened? And wow, I mean, he was a great comedian. It's so funny. I remember like some of the jokes. I mean, it's kind of a dry sense of humor, but I mean, he said in today's Billboard charts, at number one, Better Than Ezra, and number two, Ezra, which I think said like that's funny. And they said like I thought it was great, and imitated Burt Reynolds was fantastic. They even mentioned on it, and he was on My Name Is Earl, imitating Burt Reynolds. I mean, his imitated Burt Reynolds was fantastic. It would have been cool to see him and Burt Reynolds together, or maybe they did. I don't remember, but it was brilliant nonetheless. They might have done it on My Name Is Earl. I can't remember, but I mean, I want to say rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. You were awesome, buddy. I'm just shocked you passed away at age 61. So. And prayers go to you and your family and all your fans. And until next time, everybody, please take care, my legion.